Welcome to Brain Wrestling. I'm Derek Christopher. I'm here with Walter Jacobson. How are you, Walter?
Doing well, thank you.
What's the deal with reparations in California? First of all, California is going to have a budget shortfall this year. We have a $100 billion budget, and we're going to fall short, I think, about $30 billion.
Yeah, that's not good. And then when you add on the 1.6 trillion for the reparations, it's not going to go well.
Who's going to pay for it? Where do you think this idea came up from?
It's just this virtue signaling, woke stuff to say to all the voters out there, we're on your side. We're with the black people primarily in this particular scenario. We're on your side. We're for you. We want to help you. But it's just a bunch of lip service because they're not going to do it. It's impossible.
I was just going to say, is it going to pass?
No, there's no way.
Because Newsom has already said, not going to happen.
Yeah, but he was the guy initially who was like waving the flag. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah,
it's all just for politics and power. They're not going to do it. It makes no sense, and it doesn't even make sense even if we had the money.
But how do you tell them no?
Well, you say, hey, look, yes, life isn't fair. That was unfortunate. This was happening all over the world. This was happening in another era of history. But at this point in time, it's just not feasible. It's one huge bureaucratic nightmare, and it's pointless. Giving hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's ridiculous.
Hundreds of millions of dollars. And then are you going to give, what if the Japanese decide that they want it because of the internment camps they had in California? At least that actually makes sense, that California actually did something. I mean, California wasn't even a slave state.
You know what? It's just, why don't we just try to get rid of all of the excessive racist stuff that's going on? Why don't we try to actually bring down the engine also on, if someone disagrees with you, you call them a racist. Let's get rid of all that crap. Let's go back to...
You know that's never going to happen.
Yeah, but the fact is that the racism that everyone's screaming about is really just in the media, fueling it.
Absolutely.
But the American people aren't as hung up on this as they would like you to think.
But then it's going to be that if you don't give reparations, you're taking something away from them. You're taking something away that they never had to begin with. But that's not how they see it.
Well, I'm just...
And when I say they, I don't mean any particular group. I'm just talking politically they.
It just makes no sense. People who win the lottery, right? They win $1.8 million. They were poor. They win the lottery, right?
Yeah.
A year and a half later, they're broke. I mean, it's unbelievable. They don't know what to do with it. It's crazy stuff.
So reparations aside, how do we resolve the budget issue in California? And then now they want to build a light-speed rail from LA to San Francisco that started off at $28 billion. Now it's going to cost $130 billion. Where do you get the fucking money?
You know what? They have to really, do what you and I would have to do with our household budget. You're spending too much money, you figure out where to cut back. Speed rail, not important right now.
It's 800 miles of rail. They've been working on it, I think, for 10 years. It's not going to be done for another 10 years. In the same time so far, China has built 25,000 miles of high-speed rail. You know why? Because if you just throw human suffering at problems, it gets solved. So maybe that's what we need to do here.
Well, so that's our problem.
Yeah, we need to get human suffering and get it done.
All right, I'm on
board.
But
how does China get it done? China, 25,000 miles in the same amount of time that we can't even get 800 miles.
Well, I think this speaks in general to the incompetence of our country and our leaders. I think we have people who are inferior in positions of power, and it's reflected in every single aspect of our country and the world as well.
But what's the resolution? How do you change? See, I don't think you can change it. I think America, at best, you got 100 years, if even that.
Well, I think you're optimistic.
I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm saying America's going to end within 100 years, and I'm being optimistic. Holy shit.
I don't think you're going to be able to identify anything in 20 years. If we keep going at this rate where we change the meaning of words, we make everything, everybody angry at each other for anything, any infraction, any sensitivity. If we keep going down this woke road, there will be just violence and confusion and chaos.
But when did that start? Because we were talking before we started to roll, we were talking about how you used to be able to say things that you can't say now. On TV, you used to hear things you can't hear now. I was telling Walter that I saw an Andrew Dice Clay clip from 1986, and it's like, holy shit, you could not say any of that today without not even being canceled, but you'd be sued and you'd be blacklisted and whatever it is. When did this start? When did we become such pussies? It's the pussification of America.
I think it happened somewhere in the Trump zone. At some point, getting rid of Trump.
Because you grabbed him by the pussy, that's why.
Yeah.
But what happened during the Trump zone? This is interesting now. What was it during the Trump zone, the Trump period?
What happened was the people on the left felt, and maybe some people on the right as well, that he was dangerous. He wanted to drain the swamp. They didn't want him to drain the swamp. They saw him as a political danger.
But that's just rhetoric. It's all bullshit. He never intended to drain the swamp.
Wait a second. They wanted to get rid of him. Bottom line is they wanted to get rid of Trump, and
But they wanted to get rid of Obama. They wanted to get rid of Clinton.
Yes.
They wanted to get rid of George W. Bush.
Yeah,
the other side always wants to get rid of the other person.
But the FBI in other cases wasn't like on the side to censor Republican voices. They weren't on the side to hide information. They made up this whole dossier thing. The Durham report just came out, said they made up that whole thing. This is collusion. This is actually treacherous behavior on the part of the FBI. But getting back to your point of how did this all happen, getting rid of Trump was key. With getting by any means necessary. See, they decided. No,
this happened long before that.
I know, but with Trump, they decided that they could lie about anything, and it was justified because we have to get rid of Trump. He's an existential threat. He's a danger. So let's lie.
But why is he a danger? First of all, he's not that bright. He's not a great businessman. You want a good business person? Oprah. Oprah was self-made. Trump, hundreds of millions of dollars from his dad, totally cut corners, totally fucked people over, basically used slave labor. So what is it about Trump that's so powerful that you're saying that they were so afraid of this reality TV star who went bankrupt countless times?
Well, look, they
continues to lie.
They went out of their way to try to get rid of this guy with Hillary, and they failed. They definitely wanted to and still want to cripple this guy and get rid of him.
So how did he win then? Because if the Democrats, by the way, I voted for Trump the first time. I didn't vote for him the second time. So I'm not a total anti-Trump guy, even though I'm starting to do this now like Trump does with the accordion. But if he was so powerful, or that they were afraid of him, how did he get elected then?
Well, he got elected because he tapped into like the people's needs to not have the government lying to them right and left and like minimizing them and not really taking care of them. He tapped into like the zeitgeist of people.
So why have so many people left him then? Why are there so many people like me that were hoping for something fresh, hoping for something new, hoping for somebody that was going to disrupt everything, and within a year they go, this guy is a fucking crazy batshit dude?
I don't think a lot of people.
He's lost 2 popular elections. He lost 1 electoral election, obviously. And don't tell me it's rigged, because there's not an ounce of evidence as to any of it.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
Are you starting to get into George Soros bullshit now, or what?
First of all, that's not bullshit. But secondly, the evidence is the fact that 51 intelligence agents wrote a letter saying that the Hunter Biden laptop was Russian.
Hunter Biden's not president. He's not running for president.
Excuse me.
There's no proof that has Joe Biden attached to anything that Hunter Biden did. Hunter Biden's irrelevant.
No, he's not.
Let's talk about Amy Carter then.
I think you're missing the point. Okay?
Go ahead.
The point is that the Hunter Biden laptop was real. And it did reveal a lot of very bizarre things that he was doing.
What did it reveal?
With foreign countries. He has no...
Hunter.
That's right.
Okay.
But also part of the investigations that were being done with that laptop indicated that Joe Biden was a co-conspirator, that they called him the big guy.
There's no proof of that.
Yes, there is.
There's no proof.
Yes, there is. But
and all of a sudden, all their witnesses are disappearing. Oh, we can't find them. We don't know what happened to them. You know why? Because it's all bullshit.
It's not bullshit. It's censorship.
Give me what. You're telling me that the
wait a second. So you don't realize that Twitter and the FBI canceled out the New York Post story about the Biden thing?
Happens.
Okay, that affected the election. That's tampering. That's political tampering.
How come it didn't affect the election in 2016?
Look, you can't be.
Why didn't it affect it in 2016?
You can't be a hypocrite
because
here.
Your guy didn't win.
You can't.
And now it's all rigged.
You can't have a double standard.
I'm not. No, I'm consistent, because I'm saying he won when nobody expected in 2016. He lost when everybody saw how batshit crazy he was.
That's not why he lost.
You know, here's a guy that wanted to give Kim Jong-un a ride on Air Force One. This murderous dictator from North America. Trump is like, come on, jump on. I'll take you back to your country. What kind of fucking crazy United States president offers a murderous?
Okay, so
it's like you might as well just offer Hitler a ride.
See, all of this is an attempt to distract, to pivot, to not actually
this is pivoting
answer the question.
Because he doesn't want to answer the question. What's on Hunter Biden's laptop that was so incriminating against Biden and Trump? Give me details. Give me facts.
The fact is that he had deals with Ukraine. He had deals
Hunter.
with China. Yeah, and Biden said he knew nothing about his son's activities, and yet these people were coming to the White House like 50 times, and Biden, and there are pictures of Biden with these people.
True.
He's a liar. He's corrupt. He was getting a piece of the action.
True or
It
false?
is a crime family. True.
True or false?
He's a crime family.
Did they not say the other day, the Republicans, that there's absolutely zero evidence tying Joe Biden to taking any money or having anything to do with Hunter Biden's?
Not true.
So where's the proof then? Show me the proof.
The
Where have you read the proof? And don't give me some right-wing bullshit, crazy website. Give me like truth. Give me reality. Show me documents.
See, the reality is that you've been brainwashed.
No, that's always your go-to.
No,
I've been brainwashed.
Look,
Maybe you've been brainwashed.
I don't think so, because I saw an interview with this guy Bobolinsky, who was a partner of Hunter Biden, and he said.
And where'd you see him? Where was this interview aired?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't matter.
Why doesn't it matter?
Because I saw the interview with the guy, and I was able to make an assessment of whether he was telling the truth or not.
How do you know he's legitimate? Because he's saying what you want to hear.
This is what they do. If you tell them the truth and they go, oh, show me the evidence, show me the proof. It's there.
Because if the proof was there, it would be on a website. They'd be putting it out there. I love that they say George.
Wait a second. Excuse me. Wait a second. Did you see the other day that Robert Kennedy Jr. came out and said that the CIA killed his uncle, John Kennedy?
And I'm telling you, you want Kennedy in, we're going to have another Kennedy. That means somebody else is now going to die. Because every time a Kennedy runs for president or is in president, he dies. No, I want to get back to Kennedy in a second. But I want to know, who is this guy that you said has so legitimate?
Wait a second.
What are his credentials?
You just cut me off in the middle of the point I was trying to make
your point.
about Kennedy.
I'm going to have a sip of
the
coffee.
The point is, Robert Kennedy said that the CIA killed John F.K. Okay? Everybody yawned. Nothing to see here, folks. Doesn't matter. It's so obvious. This was misinformation. This was lies. This was corruption. This was government cover-up.
60 years ago.
Absolutely. So, but no one cares now, and that's what's going on now with what you're doing.
People who want reparations are saying the same thing.
Let me finish. That's what you're doing too. You go, show me the proof. Show me the proof. How can you show proof when it's all been censored and doctored? No, there is, and it's unfortunate that people like you don't want to see the truth.
People like me.
That's
very
right.
Offensive.
What?
That's very offensive.
Hey, I didn't call you a midget, okay?
So what is it? Seriously, what is the proof?
It doesn't matter because
it does matter.
because you're just
facts
going.
Matter.
The facts are there.
Where? Look, he just deflates like a balloon. What the fuck? Answer the question.
It's just too bad that you
Again,
are not informed.
I'm not paying attention. I'm not informed. Where is the proof? If I say the sky is blue, I can say, walk outside and look up. You can see the sky is blue.
The proof is in the Hunter Biden laptop.
And what's on the Hunter Biden laptop?
The fact that he had deals, millions of dollars of deals with Ukraine and China.
How was Joe Biden attached to that?
Because he was part of the deal. He was getting a cut. He was getting a piece of the action.
Does Joe Biden have dementia?
Yes.
Okay, so he is the head of the Biden crime family, and he's so smart, and he's so savvy, and he runs this incredible crime network, but he's got dementia. Well, and he's an invalid, and he can't think for himself.
Okay.
So which is it? You can't have both.
Absolutely, you can. And this is just another device to get around it. First of all, he didn't has had dementia his whole life, and so he had plenty of time over the many decades to do a whole bunch of crap that was hypocritical, racist, deceitful, and corrupt. Right now,
I agree he's done a lot of bad shit. I agree with that.
Okay, but right now you say, well, how could he be running this crime family if he's got dementia? Well, he's not obviously running it now. Just like he's not. Excuse me. Just like he's not. Just like he's not running the government. He's not the president.
No president runs the government.
Oh, he's a puppet. No. He's a puppet. He's an idiot.
Every president's a puppet.
That's true, but he in particular is demented and dangerous, and there's no reason, there's no way he should be running for re-election.
Here's a guy.
There's no way.
Here was a guy that for decades.
If they did a competency test, a real doctor came in.
You think Trump will pass it?
Yes. He's not demented. He may be
No, he's very demented.
He may be an a-hole.
Mentally, he's demented.
No, he's not. Technically speaking.
He's more than an asshole.
Technically speaking, he does not have dementia. Technically speaking,
Trump?
Joe Biden
How do you know
does.
That?
Because I can tell by how he speaks and what he does. look, it's obvious. Look, if you haven't seen Biden stumble through like a million speeches,
I've seen Trump stumble through speeches too.
Oh,
look,
look.
I understand age.
Are
and I
you
understand
really defending Joe Biden?
I'm not defending
Are you
Joe
telling
Biden.
me you think he's?
No, I'm saying,
think he's competent?
I'm saying, yeah, I think he's competent.
Wow.
I think look at this. But again, you have no proof.
I don't.
We're just. These are opinions.
I have no proof that he's not competent.
No, I'm still waiting for the proof about
Here's
Hunter Biden's laptop.
Here's the proof about.
And you're not showing me any proof of that.
Here's the proof.
It's some random guy on some interview that you won't tell me where you saw
Here's
it.
the proof. You asked Joe Biden, "Hey, has Hunter Biden done anything wrong?" No, he hasn't done anything wrong. He's a good boy.
Okay,
that's your proof.
And here's the proof too. You ask Donald Trump, "Have you done anything wrong? Have you raped anybody? Have you bankrupted countries? Have you tried to say the election is rigged? Do you hang around with murderous dictators?" No. It's perfect. Everything is perfect.
Well,
I do.
You know what?
I do is perfect.
I just want to tell you something.
It's the same bullshit.
You just described Hillary Clinton,
It's the same,
which is really funny.
Hillary is so bad, I voted for Trump. That's how fucking bad Hillary is.
Look, they're all crumbs.
But if you watch Hillary on Howard Stern, that interview, she's fucking fantastic. It's like if she had run based doing those kind of interviews, she probably would have won. But otherwise, I'm not a fan of Hillary.
You know what I find amusing?
I go with the truth.
You know how...
You go with whatever you're told to say.
You know how a few years ago everyone was going crazy tearing down statues of Jefferson, right?
Madness.
But because they found out they were slave owners, so therefore everything they did was evil.
Everybody was a slave owner.
20 years from now, 30 years from now, they're going to be tearing down the Clinton statues, the Obama statues, the Bush
statues. There are no Trump statues. There's no Trump library because most of the supporters can't read.
They're going to tear down all that crap when they find out 50, 100 years from now what pieces of crap all these people were.
They're all lying.
I did until I found out what a lying piece of shit he
is.
What
did Obama do? Let's hear this.
Well, just the most obvious thing is where he said to people, "You will be able to keep your own doctor." Lie.
Okay, so what? Okay, so he made a big thing about Obamacare.
He lied to the American people.
So the Republicans said we're going to have a better healthcare system.
Oh, is this you switching gears?
No, I'm asking you.
I'm asking
because
you. Did he lie or not?
He did.
Okay.
But see, here's the difference. I can admit it because I go with the truth. You are so stuck in your ideology that you will not be able to admit when you're wrong or if you can't question something. I can question it. The Republicans say we're going to get rid of Trump. Obamacare is horrible. Hold on. Trump, we want to get rid of Obamacare. It's horrible. I have a much better plan. For 7 fucking years now, we haven't seen a single goddamn plan come out of the Republicans. So shut the fuck up if you're a Republican and you don't have a healthcare plan to take place of the one that you hate so much. It's the same bullshit that you pull here when you go, well, I have an idea. What's the idea? Well, I can't tell you the idea. Well, then don't tell me anything. You
know what you are? You're
smart and good looking.
Just like the 6 guys who were describing an elephant. The blind guy goes, yeah, the elephant's like fat. Oh no, the elephant has pointy things. Oh, the elephant has a big nut. And none of them have gotten it right. That's you. You pick and choose. The proof is that the proof is there, but you can't tell somebody whose mind is shut down to look at the truth.
Well, I keep telling you, but you're still not listening.
I am listening.
You're not listening.
There's no way I can get you to see that there's another side to this story because you have a vested interest in protecting the status quo and Biden, and it's bullshit. If you can't admit that Biden's incompetent and shouldn't be running our country.
Do I want him running again? No.
Well, who do you want to be running?
There's nobody to run.
I don't agree. Robert Kennedy Jr.
Robert Kennedy Jr. is a fucking nut too.
Well, why?
The whole you want to talk about corrupt families? Why don't you look at the Kennedy family? That's the Kennedy crime family.
Why don't you tell me about Robert Kennedy Jr.?
Him and his vaccine.
Okay, what do you know about it?
I know that he's always been an anti-vaxxer.
Why?
You tell me why.
Yeah, because you don't know why.
No, I'll tell you what I know. I don't know a lot about it. I just know that he's against all vaccines.
You don't know that,
not just COVID.
You don't know why. Okay, he doesn't know why.
But here's the difference. I can tell you I don't know why. He will never admit that he doesn't know something.
I will admit it if it's true that I don't know something.
In his head.
Okay, the reason why he's not against vaccines, he's against the mercury that's in vaccines. And when he went to the FCC or the whatever,
FCC.
I don't know, the regulatory bullshit, whatever it is.
Oh, so you don't know?
I don't know.
Oh, look at that. Claiming I don't know anything, and then he's talking about the Federal Communications Commission.
Don't be silly.
Having jurisdiction over vaccines. What the fuck?
Don't be silly.
We got 5 minutes. We got to wrap up this section in 5 minutes.
Can I make my point?
Make your point.
Okay, so he went to the regulatory agency and they said, oh no, the bad mercury is in fish, but the good mercury is in our vaccines, and they won't hurt anybody. They're safe and effective. A lie.
Now, how far
He's
are we going
against the
back? How many years are we going back? How many
all,
decades are we going back?
going back to all the vaccines have this mercury as an additive to stabilize it.
But
It's dangerous.
When
It's
the vaccines
dangerous.
first came out, you're talking about.
It's dangerous.
Okay.
Okay. He's not just some wacko saying, "Oh, you shouldn't get vaccinated." It's the stuff in the
Were you
vaccine,
vaccinated
the
as a child?
mercury. Yes.
Are you okay?
That's not the point. The point is he's not a wacko. People are trying to paint him that because they're scared of him.
Were you vaccinated?
Because they're scared
you
of
were
him.
vaccinated. Are you okay?
Let me ask you something. Are you okay with the Democratic Party not letting Biden be primaried by other people who want to run and American
Oh,
people?
absolutely. I
Yeah,
think
so
I think it's a disaster that they're picking Biden.
So Americans.
Just like I think it's a disaster. That's why I'm so interested in DeSantis, who I don't like either. I'm interested in Youngkin getting in there because Trump, I guarantee you, Trump runs, Democrats win, Kamala is going to be the president before that term is over. And then you guys are really fucked.
Well, it's not you guys. We're all fucked.
Yeah.
It's
I agree.
Yeah.
And I'm a Republican. You're not a Republican.
No.
You're independent.
Yes.
So you were vaccinated.
Yes.
You're totally fine. I was vaccinated. I'm kind of fine. Mentally, we don't know. Maybe the mercury went to my head. Maybe I have so much mercury rolling around in my head that
the point
it's
is not whether I got vaccinated when I was 7 and fine or not. The point is people are using the machine. The media is using the machine to negate RFK and make him seem like a non-viable candidate when he's actually 10 times smarter than
beyond vaccines.
Biden.
What else do you like about Kennedy?
Hey, well, he's an environmentalist. He's also talking about like getting rid of the media, the corporate media state relationship. The fact that all the
media, corporate media,
all the tech.
So you think that the media is run by
left
the parties,
by left wing?
Now, what about when Trump got elected president? Were they being run by them too? Because how many billions of dollars in free publicity did Trump get from all the leftist news organizations?
Yeah, well,
and now CNN is again running Trump stuff.
Well, they may, yeah.
So which is it? So now that Trump is getting all this coverage again from the left media, are we gonna say again that the left, when he loses, because he's not electable? Just based on abortion, he's not electable. Are you glad that they overturned abortion?
They didn't overturn abortion.
Can you go get an abortion in Texas?
Well, they returned it to the states. They didn't overturn.
But they
abortion.
took the federal protection away.
Well, look.
So who is the party of small and big government?
Let me ask you something. Is abortion right or wrong?
To me, it's your choice.
Right. So it's not a matter of right or wrong.
Look, I personally,
is it right or wrong?
I don't like abortion, but if you want to have an abortion, God love you. I don't care.
Okay,
that's your choice.
Okay, but
I'd rather have you abort the baby than have to go pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in health care because the kid's not wanted.
Let's see. Now, so the Democratic Party says that they care about the children. That's why we got to have.
They care about grooming the children.
Well, that's.
I knew. He's so predictable.
But that's not the point I was going to make. But yeah, they care about the children, so we have to have good gun control laws. They care about the children, but. Right, all this mutilation of children is not in their best interest.
We care about the sanctity of human life, but we have the death penalty.
But they care about wait a second. Wait a second. They care about the sanctity of human life, except abortion's good, and if you don't believe in abortion, you're evil. I get it. I get the double standard. Okay.
Wrap up this section.
I'm with you.
Wrap up this section.
Okay, listen. Look, don't believe anything he said, okay? Talk to me.
Or you can listen to me and have common sense. And we will be back in the next episode. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you guys next time.